Now, let's consider how these variables interact with the quadratic formula.
Right. Now, if we look at this equation here, we can see that.
And if we apply this principle, the solution becomes... Now, let's consider this equation here. Can you explain how we derive the solution?
The classroom erupted in laughter as Mr. Carter, the calculus teacher, waved a piece of chalk at the janitor. "Hey, why don't you try solving this problem?" he sneered, his voice dripping with mockery. The students giggled nervously, exchanging glances. Some covered their mouths, unsure whether to laugh or feel uncomfortable. The janitor, Marcus Jackson, paused in the doorway, broom in hand. The equation on the board was a nightmare: integrals intertwined with derivatives. Variables stacked like a puzzle only experts could solve. Whispers spread through the room. "He can't possibly do it." Eyes widened. Some students even leaned forward, curious to see what would happen. No one expected what happened next. Marcus Jackson was quiet, composed and unassuming, wearing his standard gray uniform with a faded school logo. He walked slowly to the board, eyes calm, yet focused. The students watched him, unsure what to expect. Some smirked, certain he would fail. Others whispered, guessing whether he even remembered high school math. Marcus paused for a moment, studying the complex calculus problem. Then, without hesitation, he said, "I'll give it a try." The classroom fell silent. Every student leaned forward as tension built. The problem was intimidating, filled with complicated derivatives and integrals. Yet Marcus's calm demeanor made the impossible feel possible. For 7 years, Marcus had quietly worked at Lincoln High School. He arrived early each morning, sweeping halls, mopping floors, changing light bulbs, and tidying classrooms without complaint. Students passed by without a second glance, some barely noticing him at all. Teachers often spoke over him, rarely acknowledging his presence. Marcus's life was simple, unassuming, and routine. But behind those quiet eyes lay a story no one could guess. He carried himself with humility, never bragging about his past or his abilities. Some students had wondered why someone so calm and intelligent seemed invisible. What did he know that no one else did? That question would soon be answered, in a way no one in the school could have imagined. Mr. Carter, sharp-tongued and confident, believed he had orchestrated the perfect classroom joke. He leaned back slightly, smirking at the students, sure of their reaction. "This will be quick," he thought. "The janitor won't even know where to start." The students shifted nervously in their seats, whispers growing louder as they stared at the complex problem on the board. Integrals twisted with derivatives, variables stacked in a tangle of numbers and equation only the best students could tackle. The room's energy was a mix of amusement and anxiety. Every eye followed Marcus, waiting for failure, ready to laugh. Suspense hung thick in the air, as the teacher prepared to enjoy the show he was certain was about to unfold. Marcus set down his mop, slowly and deliberately. His movements calm but deliberate. He took the chalk in one hand, walking toward the board with quiet confidence. The classroom grew completely silent, all eyes fixed on him. He wrote steadily, solving each step methodically. First, the derivatives, then the integrals, each line drawn with precision and clarity. Whispers spread among the students. Some lifted their phones to record the impossible. Mr. Carter's smirk began to fade as he realized the janitor wasn't just attempting the problem. He was solving it flawlessly. Heartbeats raced in the room as Marcus moved through the equation effortlessly. His calm, methodical hand defying every expectation. What no one expected was about to happen. In minutes. Marcus finished the problem, underlining the final answer with quiet confidence. Silence hung in the room. Mr. Carter stared, jaw slightly open, unable to speak. One brave student whispered, "How did you?" Marcus looked back at the class calmly. "I used to teach applied mathematics at a university," he said simply. "Life took a different path, but my love for math never left me." Gasps and whispers filled the room. Students stared in awe, realizing the janitor they had overlooked for years had once taught the very subject they struggled to understand. Mr. Carter, pale and speechless, could only nod. The quiet janitor had just humbled the teacher and stunned the entire class. News of Marcus Jackson's astonishing feat spread like wildfire. By the next day, a video of him solving the complex calculus problem had gone viral online. Students shared clips across social media with captions like, "Our janitor is a genius," and "Don't judge a book by its cover." The hallways buzzed with whispers and excitement. Students replayed the video, marveling at what they had just witnessed. Even teachers and staff were astonished. The principal stopped by classrooms, shaking his head in disbelief. Mr. Carter, the teacher who had mocked Marcus, found himself reflecting quietly in his office, humbled for the first time in years. Admiration for Marcus grew steadily among the students. What had started as a joke turned into a school-wide revelation about talent, perseverance, and the danger of underestimating someone. By lunchtime, the story had become the talk of the school, leaving everyone inspired and a little ashamed for underestimating the quiet janitor they had overlooked for so long. The principal called Marcus into his office. "I had no idea about your background," he admitted. "Why didn't you ever tell anyone?" Marcus smiled softly. "People rarely ask," he said simply. He explained, briefly, that life had taken unexpected turns. Personal setbacks, medical bills, and other hardships had led him to take the janitor's job. Despite it all, he had never lost his love for math or teaching. Teachers and students alike paused to reflect on their assumptions, realizing how easily appearances and titles can mislead. Marcus's calm humility left a profound impact on everyone in the room, reminding them that respect and recognition often come from looking beyond the surface. A week later, Lincoln High organized a special assembly to honor Marcus. Students, teachers, and staff gathered in the auditorium, buzzing with anticipation. Marcus shared his story openly, how he had once been a university professor, the personal struggles that changed his path, and his enduring passion for teaching and learning. The audience listened intently, inspired by his honesty and resilience. When he finished, applause filled the room, some students cheering, others quietly moved to tears. Mr. Carter stepped forward, visibly humbled, and publicly apologized for his mockery. "You reminded me," he said, "that brilliance does not always come with a title or a suit." The assembly became a powerful lesson. Intelligence, courage, and talent can appear in the most unexpected places, and judging someone by their role or uniform can lead to missed opportunities for admiration, inspiration, and growth. Following the assembly, Marcus received invitations to mentor struggling students, offer guidance in advanced math, and even guest lecture at nearby universities. Though he accepted some of these opportunities, he continued returning to Lincoln High, where he found joy in inspiring students firsthand. Each week, new students learned not only calculus but also lessons in humility, respect, and perseverance. The story of Marcus Jackson spread beyond the school, becoming an example of courage and hidden talent. Students began looking at people differently, realizing that heroism and genius often hide behind quiet faces. Marcus's presence reminded everyone that true brilliance isn't always flashy. It can come softly, steadily, and leave a legacy far greater than any lesson plan or chalk-writer solution. From a cruel joke to a life-changing revelation, Marcus Jackson taught the school a lesson no calculus book ever could. Brilliance, courage, and humility can hide in the most unexpected places. His story inspires us to look beyond appearances, respect every individual, and recognize the hidden genius in the world around us.